Hey there, this is Terrence from Photography in 123, and I'm going to give you a quick guide on how to set up a Canon 580 EX2 flash on your Canon 5D Mark II. Obviously, if you have a slightly different flash or slightly different camera, Canon body should be the same, and this should work for frankly most cameras, but I'm a Canon guy, so that's the gear I have, so that's what you're going to see. The first thing I'll point out for you, if you've recently picked up one of these flashes and if you've never used one, is just the general controls. So maybe actually the first thing I'll point out is this doesn't come with it. This is a diffuser. I recommend everybody get this for their flash because direct undiffused flash right in a subject's face will give you some very harsh shadowing. So you don't want that. Always get a diffuser. You could easily pop them off just like that. Put it back on when you want it diffused, and it's great. So, a couple things. There's a little button here that if you want to rotate the angle of your flash, you need to push that, and that will go from essentially straight up, slightly back, and then about 90-degree bend going forward. You can also press it and turn it quite a bit. 360, but to the point where you can't do a full 360, I guess 180 each way, depending where you want to point the flash. And you might be asking, why would I ever point the flash a different direction? For a lot of work you're going to do with photography, with using a flash, you almost never want to point the flash directly at a person. Even with the diffuser on, the light will still be too harsh. You want to do what's known as bouncing. You want to bounce the flashlight off of something so the light will hit them in a different way. So often if you're like in a room with a standard ceiling or like a 10-foot ceiling or something, you might have it straight up or even angled a bit so some of the flashlight comes off of here and onto the subject, and then some goes to the ceiling and bounces back down on the subject, and then look a lot better if you have that. And frankly, by doing that, the light hitting straight onto their face and then bouncing off the ceiling will reduce the number of shadows you have. So that's a big win. So I rarely ever have the flash pointing in the same direction of my subject. So if you're going to install the flash, you'll notice that, so here's the hot shoe where you're going to put your flash on, right there. And you have this locking mechanism right here. So you want to have it to the right. There's a little button to release once it's locked to you. You push that little button right there, and then you can turn it, and you notice if it turns and I don't push the button, it's locked in position. Anyway, so I hit one unlocked. You're going to have it go in. It should just slide in very easily, and then lock it in position. And that's going to be quite sturdy. You could frankly hold your camera by your flash. Don't recommend doing that necessarily, but you know, we all have done that at some point in time out of necessity. So that's how you get it on. And to use the flash, the very basic tip I'm going to give everybody is, so it's on, there are multiple modes here. So you can see you can change modes. You can get fancy, do a manual mode, do a multi-mode, ETTL. So what this is, and if you notice as I'm changing how that's pointed, there's information changed up there. If I, take off my lens cap and I start to zoom and I pointed it at different directions, you'll see the numbers will change on the flash. So this is a connection to the camera, so it's receiving information from the camera to the flash, so the flash will adjust based on where you have this pointed, how you're zooming in terms of, you know, you zoomed really in, you zoomed further out, and other features you have set up on your camera. It is the easiest way to do this, to run a flash. I recommend for most people, don't try to get too fancy. Manual and the multi and the different modes have their uses, and you could certainly find a great use, great benefit out of it. Just if you're new to this, and I'm assuming you're watching this video, you are, don't muck around in that area. Stick with the ETTL for now. Just have it work the way it's supposed to, and keep your flash at least maybe 45 up, if not completely up, when you're taking pictures. You know, the big key, you know, for anything though is when you take a shot or two first, test, review the photo, see if there's any harsh shadowing and adjust your flash based on that. And once you're happy, keep it in that position And if you're changing position or the lighting changes in the area, and review your pictures again and decide if you need to change the setting. But ETTL is going to be the easiest setting for you to manage. Hopefully this helps and take some great photos out there. Have a great day.